guys, and ground folks, welcome to another edition of Monday Morning Quarterback. And guys, check it out. It is already starting to come down. If you guys are driving out there in Pennsylvania, make sure you guys are being careful on these roads, because you know you got some idiots on the road, man. Be careful out there. But guys, real quick, I am on the way. This is part 2 of that heat pump tripping breakers call I was at a few weeks ago. Guys, real quick, I came out there. The customer said that she noticed the heat pump wasn't working, and I went out there and I found the breaker tripped, and I reset the breaker, and sure enough, the breaker immediately tripped again. And I know that I spoke to this customer. I know she has an older breaker, but guys, if I was able to reset it, that's something that we'll keep on file. But I think the customer said that she had that on her list as far as getting her electrician to upgrade that panel soon. So she has that on her bucket list. But yeah, guys, the compressor was shot, and we came out there, if not last year, 2 years ago, we recommended replacing the cap. And guys, this is just one of those snowball effects. But guys, I'm on the way there right now. I just got to be careful on these roads. It's already blocked up traffic here. But guys, I'll see y'all when I get there. Guys, we are back, and it's coming down out here right now. I don't want to get my phone too wet here, but I just got here, guys. I'm just getting everything set up. This is our old compressor. That's our new one. And the only tool I forgot is my ratchet and wrench set. But I did bring my normal wrench set. It can still work. It's just going to take a little longer to take the 4 bolts off that mounts the compressor on the bottom of this unit. But alright, guys, I will be right back. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to unsweat this compressor, take the 4 bolts off, and I'm going to mount the new one in. And I also got to replace the bioflow filter dryer inside. But guys, I think I got to get another tool from the truck. Let me get what I need, and I got to set this umbrella up so none of my stuff get wet on the other side. All right, guys, let's get this show started. I'll see you in a little bit. Guys, speaking of sweet serendipity, I spoke too soon. I thought I'd have to use my wrench set. Then I realized these are nothing more than 1/2-inch bolts that mounts the compressor. And sure enough, I got my 1/2-inch drill bit. All right, guys, let me get this thing. Let me get the mounting bolts off, and I'm just gonna cut that zip tie. I'm gonna hit both of these joints with the sandpaper, and I'm gonna unsweat this bad boy and get this out of here. All right, guys, let's get going. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, let me give you the update. I just brazed in my new bioflow filter dryer inside, and I'm just dry fitting my new compressor. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the 4 mounting bolts on, and this is a mono fit. As you see here, the connection slip right in, so I don't need any fittings or any couplings or anything like that. All right, guys, let me get my extension bit. Let me get the 4 mounting bolts in. Also, I got my vacuum pump and my nitrogen inside. I want to keep those as warm as I can, just to make sure that there's no screw ups, because guys, right now, I don't think the snow is going to stop until later on this afternoon. So I got to keep most of my stuff inside so it doesn't get too wet or messed up. All right, what else I need here? All right, I got to get my acetylene tank from inside. All right, guys, let me get my acetylene tank, and let me get everything I need to braze. And my extension bit is in the tool bag. All right, guys, let me get everything I need. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I got the new compressor brazed in. Now let's pressure test it, and let's see if she holds up. All right, let me hook this up. I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, it's been like less than 5 minutes, and I emptied out my nitro, and I got it almost up to 315 psi, and I'm probably gonna let it sit for another 15-20 minutes. And I got to open up the air handler inside. I'm gonna leak check that coil and the TXV inside. And like I said, guys, this is the most important part of the compressor replacement. Is you damn sure want to make sure you don't have any leaks. Last thing we want to do is refill this now. And now, guys, once this customer used the AC, now she's gonna have frozen up coils. So, and knock on wood, that hasn't happened yet. I think the last time we came out here, maybe last summer or 2 summers ago, the unit was still actually functioning fine. The only issue was we found the cap weak. But like I said, guys, we definitely don't want to breeze through leak checks. Even if you don't have a probable cause, you always want to, like I said, give yourselves, make sure you pressurize it high enough first, because anything under 3, it's not going to give you that much of any results, especially if you have a very, very small leak. But the biggest thing is, like I said, you want to pressurize this high enough, and 2, you just want to give yourself some time and wait. And like I said, this is the most important part, because if we guess wrong on this leak check, then it's only going to come back to screw us over. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna let this sit for like another 15-20, and I got to find an outlet for my vacuum pump. I think there's one underneath that hose spigot, but I don't know if that works. But all right, guys, let me keep this under pressure. I got to find an outlet, and I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna leak check my evac coil, and most importantly, that TXV. I want to make sure everything's okay. All right, guys, let's get busy. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, everything held pressure, everything inside. I just had to button up the door and put the zip ties back on the suction line. Everything inside is okay, and everything out here is okay. Next, guys, what I'm about to do, I got the unit in the vacuum. Right now, I'm just taking some snow that fell inside this unit, taking this out. I want to make sure that all my electrical components, mainly my defrost board and my contactor, I want to make sure that there isn't any snow on these parts, because I don't want any issues once you turn the power back on. But guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this cap, and also I'm going to put in a brand new hard start kit. And guys, I said this a million times before, and I'll say this again. We recommend putting hard start kits on compressors past 5 years old. And of course, I'm putting in a brand new compressor today. But guys, you can't go wrong with a hard start kit. I said this before, especially if you guys are out here doing maintenances. Hard start kits helps with start assist, especially with older compressors. Older compressors accumulate wear and tear, and guys, eventually, once the start amps gets past a certain point, especially with older compressors, now you're going to run the risk of tripping breakers. But like I said, guys, having these hard start kits on, there's no disadvantage. Like I said, the only disadvantage I'll say is once you start having compressor issues, it may be too late to put this hard start kit in. But like I said, guys, definitely educate customers on accessories. And like I said, especially with older equipment, meaning older compressors, you want to make sure, like I said, you give the customers as many options as they can to not have the scenario that I'm doing right now. You don't want to have a compressor go out on you within 10 years. So, all right, guys, that's enough yapping. Let's get back to action here, and let me put this in, and I'll be right back. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. I had to do some real MacGyver things just now. Guys, I didn't have my scale on my truck. So, guys, like I said, we're still going to come back out here probably in April before it gets hot to recheck this charge. But guys, I had to turn this heat pump to AC mode, and I had to make my homemade charging jacket. I know you guys know what I mean. If you guys have those charging jackets, I used those before, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I grabbed a few kneeling pads and a piece of cardboard, and like I said, guys, I got my head pressure up high enough and my low pressure, or my low side, up high enough so that this unit doesn't go off on low pressure. So this heat pump is still putting out some heat, but what we're going to do is I'll notate this on file, and I'll let the customer know in the spring we're going to come back out here, and we're going to check the pressures once there's a little bit more humidity outside. But let me show you. 115. It's going up. Like my feet off here. Cool. This is the dryer. That was put in. And guys, I gotta call the customer back right now. I actually have my phone inside where it's warm at because I couldn't feel my fingers when I was adding refrigerant. But guys, I gotta call this customer back. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have to be another call. I gotta jet to after this. But guys, yeah, there you have it. A couple of weeks ago, this compressor was tripping a breaker. And the only known, I want to say, fault that we had here was a capacitor being weak. But like I said, this compressor had a dead short inside of it. So anytime this customer turned the AC or the heat on, that compressor was tripping the breaker. So we put in brand new fuses. We put in a new compressor. We put in a new filter dryer. And also we put in a new capacitor and hard start kit. And guys, she's purring like a kitten. All right, guys. Let me haul this compressor back to the truck and let me fill out the paperwork. And guys, we are good to go. Peace out. Be safe on the road, guys. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.